Hi, I don't do theories, but the amazing Digital Circus Episode 3 got me thinking a lot about Kane and what the other characters might have been like in their past or human life. But before we get into the video, this contains spoilers for Episode 3. Be aware. Okay, let's get on to it. Theory 1, Kane could be having ADHD. ADHD, or Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, is a condition many people around the world experience. In the therapy session scene, Zubul mentioned that Kane doesn't listen, which could be a sign of his distractibility, a common symptom of ADHD. Kane's high energy and sometimes chaotic behavior throughout the series might also point to hyperactivity, another key characteristic of ADHD.
It has nothing to do with the adventures, it's more just... forget it! You're probably not even listening.
Zubul, look at this cool bee I drew!
Theory 2. Kane could be the only way to leave the virtual plane. In the therapy session, Zubul mentions that they and the other characters don't enjoy Kane's adventures, and that these adventures have caused them harm. Kane doesn't react well to this because, to him, creating these adventures is his purpose. It's what defines him. He even says that he can't be bad at the one good thing he does. After this, he falls silent and everything begins to glitch, which might hint that Kane's existence or abilities are deeply tied to the stability of the virtual plane. If Kane is the one holding this world together, it's possible that he is also the key to leaving it.
Forget it?
Just forget it.
Forget what?
Kane, nobody likes your stupid adventures.
Ha ha! Good one, Zubul!
Ragatha's just too nice to say anything. Jax just likes to fight with everybody. Gangle's too shy to speak up. Kinger's insane. And Pomni, she looks traumatized every time she comes back from one.
Oh, Zubul. Making adventures is my art! It's all I exist to do, all I'm good at. And, what you're saying could imply that I'm bad at the only thing I'm good at, and that... that'd be...
This could also tie into MatPat's theory about not trusting Kane. If Kane is the one holding the virtual plane together, and possibly the key to escaping, it raises the question of whether his intentions are truly good. While Kane seems to believe his adventures are a positive force, his disconnect from the other's pain suggests that he might be more focused on his own purpose than their well-being. This could mean he's not as trustworthy as he appears, and there might be something darker behind his role in the virtual world. You might argue that AI shouldn't exhibit human conditions like ADHD, but I believe Kane's ADHD could stem from his past life as a human. My theory is that Kane might have grown up in a dysfunctional family, which is a known factor that can contribute to the development of ADHD. He was likely so miserable growing up that he became obsessed with ensuring no one else experienced negative emotions or thoughts. Driven by this mission, he either created a game or collaborated with someone to build a virtual space where people could be happy all the time. Initially, the idea worked, and Kane was proud of his creation. However, his obsession with happiness grew, leading him to insert himself into the game as its mastermind. Despite his transformation into this virtual overseer, he carried over his ADHD traits, and his hyperactivity became a defining feature of his character. Alternatively, it's possible someone coerced him into putting on a headset, trapping him inside the virtual plane. Kane might have panicked at first, but over time, he learned to control the digital space. This could explain why he's so determined to make anyone who enters the world feel constant happiness. He's trying to prevent others from experiencing the distress he felt when he was first trapped.
Though it apparently happened, whether by his own decision or by force, Kane's transformation into the mastermind of the virtual plane seems to be tied to this desire to maintain control and keep everyone happy. His past experiences, whether with ADHD or difficult upbringing, might explain why he's so focused on avoiding negative emotions and why he appears so disconnected from the other characters' struggles. The glitching scene in Episode 3 could be a result of him struggling with his own internal issues, especially if those issues from his human life have followed him into the digital world. His obsession with making sure no one feels pain might be his way of compensating for his own past misery. Theory 3. Maybe the digital plane is a form of hell. The digital plane might represent a form of hell, where the characters are trapped as punishment for the bad things they did in their past lives. Each character's suffering could reflect their misdeeds, keeping them stuck in this bizarre, endless world. For example, Kinger might have been a neglectful or bad parent. His line, "The worst thing you could do is make someone feel unwanted or not needed," when comforting Pomni, hints at a deep regret, possibly about how he treated someone important in his past.
In this world, the worst thing you can do is make someone think they're not wanted or loved.
Pomni even outright says she feels like she's in hell.
Every day I spend here is one nightmare after the next. I knew it would end up like this. He just wants me to suffer. I really am in hell.
Especially as she becomes more aware of her entrapment after each adventure. Perhaps in her past life she was overly confident, causing those around her to feel inferior, leading to her own eternal punishment of feeling trapped and powerless. Ragatha could have been a mean or rude person, maybe even a bully. And now she's stuck in a world where appearances and relationships are distorted. Jax is the hardest to pin down, but maybe he used to be overly nice or overly cruel. His current behavior in the digital plane might be a reflection of unresolved guilt or mystery in his past life. Zubul could have been someone who meddled too much, perhaps exposing people's secrets or causing harm by becoming too involved in others' lives. Gangle is trickier to theorize about, but perhaps her punishment is tied to a broken identity or some inner turmoil that she caused or experienced in her previous life. As for how they ended up in the digital plane, they might have received the headset in a mysterious package or were kidnapped and forced to wear it. Once inside, they became trapped, their past sins keeping them from finding a way out, much like a digital purgatory or hell. That's all, and I just want to say that my first theory doesn't have any hate towards those with ADHD. I'm just pointing that out. That's all from me. Take care.
Well, well.